Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible. With special thanks to Alois, Anerdinwarpaint, Antonio Hernandez, Dragon Matrix 7, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, Kazorm, Lima, Nathan Welch Jr., Tomasz Piątkowski, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, as we set our sights on completing the shield maze and getting one step closer to our return to Canabris. By my calculations, we should be on course to officially complete the prologue by the end of episode 5. That said, I have decided that we're going to avoid the elemental for now. I would still like to take a run at it, but my initial test did show that we don't have the damage capacity to deal with it right now. So what we'll do instead is go around the rest of the maze, clear out the rest of the threats, and hopefully find some nice equipment upgrades, and then we'll come back, and that'll be the last thing we do on our way out. On a related note, I also obviously actively revised our loadouts, based in part on feedback I got from you guys. There were a lot of good points there, especially with Wendu and the cold iron javelins we just found. My loadout decisions were largely based around the idea that we'd be fighting in larger, open arenas, which we will once we get back out to the world map. But for the moment, we're obviously in much smaller, tighter quarters, so mobility and long-range weapons aren't as important. So obviously we can make some concessions there. Heavier armor and shorter range but more powerful weapons. That said, let's put these guys through their paces, see how this stuff works out for us.
You can trust me.
Only you deserve my obedience.
Not bad. A ranger, a brute, and a guard who appears to be trying to occupy the same point in space-time. So really, this guy was just bait, which we are taking, because it would be rude not to. Ow. You know what? That actually works out. I feel like we got the better part of that exchange.
They'll beg me to stop.
Hey, nice. Finish him. Roll back, Vex. Let's get you patched. Oh, actually, that is almost perfect. Goodbye. Alright. Let's burn down the brute. Trim that flanking bonus. Ooh, very nice. We'll get Vex on the Ranger. Damage output's low, but he'll get free attacks. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. But we're still fine.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Nice. Fall down, please. Thank you. This door's got a strong lock on it. You'll break every lockpick you have and it still won't budge. Believe me, I've tried. What, with your whole 0 points in trickery? I feel like I might know the crux of the problem here. That was before I found the key to it, and took a few valuables for myself. Ha! Take a look inside. You might find something you can use. Sure. Don't mind if I do. But first things first.
Well?
You know what, we'll just set up camp upstairs. I think it's about time. No point in burning even more healing supplies if we don't have to. +1 scale mail. Nice. Though I'm not sure we actually have any use for it at the moment. Potion of Enlarge. We can use that. Yeah, and unfortunately the +1 scale mail is still weaker than Sela's Banded. It would be an upgrade for Vex, but it's also way too heavy for him. And I believe it's functionally identical to the breastplates we already have on Cam and Wendu. So, for now, it's just trade fodder. Alright, so I believe that's the entire basement. Yeah, except for the room with the water elemental. And maybe something over here? No, that's the broken sewer pipe. Yeah, we can't do anything with that. Okay, let's head back up top, set up camp, and refresh our spells. Ah, the Blood Room. I can think of no better place to kick back and relax. Let's lay out our bedrolls right underneath this precarious flame-dripping chandelier. We'll do some quick shuffling. Yeah, good enough.
Don't you trust me, Paladin? Are you wondering how to bring my wayward soul into the fold?
I'm thinking about who I would have become if I'd made the wrong choice a long time ago.
Cool. Nice work, guys. Thankfully, there are no actual consequences to failing those rolls this early in the game. But we did not top off, so let's get that taken care of. And we may proceed. What awaits us in the Forbidden Wing? I'm guessing more cultists. Lights up.
Now what is that? Open your heart to me.
Very nice. And on we go. Aha, cultists. And not just that, but also our second hand of Hosilla. Which means this one must be the one with the key. We'll go for the clerics first.
I'll rip you apart!
Not bad. And even better. Nice arm, Sela. Ow. All right, let's not have that. Oh, lovely.
I'll cut you wide open.
Vex is much more dangerous once he's at eye level. Goodbye. Got a couple of bumps and bruises, but not too shabby. And an identical set of orders. Hosilla is much more organized than I would have thought. But more importantly, there's our key, so we will take that. And that should get us through the door in the ritual room. Though, obviously, we'll finish what we're doing here first. The bodies of the maze builders lie where they were caught by the earth elementals, enraged by the earthquake. The builders' tools lie scattered next to the bodies. Are flails and maces construction equipment? Well, I guess technically anything can be construction equipment, even these bodies. It's just a matter of ingenuity and perseverance.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
All right, what's next? That was less dramatic than I thought it would be. Oh, I see. Yeah, fall back.
I'll watch your back. What's on your mind? I wonder.
These things are poisonous, so we're going to lure them into the choke point in the doorway. That way we can take them on one at a time.
Where do you want me?
You're fine where you are, Wendu. Nice. Okay, shields up. Everyone hold. Oh, hi. I guess we're stabbing you first.
No match for me.
Oh. Well. Change of plans.
Into the fray!
Painful, but not poisonous.
No glory without risk!
Trim the flanker. Alright, come on, guys. Alright, we'll just take out the big guy first.
I'll rip you apart!
There we go. Well, obviously, I hope that would be a bit more strategic, but
Well,
no plan survives contact with the enemy. Oh, you know what? I forgot to use Cam's study.
Rely on me.
I'm used to it triggering automatically when you sneak attack someone, but she does not actually have sneak attack until level 4, I believe. Not sure why there's empty space, but that is definitely an amulet of natural armor +1. I guess we'll slap that on Vex for now. If he up and dies, then that will actually cost us progress. A large, aggressive creature was kept in this cage. Judging by the bent bars, that creature is now loose. Gosh, what could it have been? Too bad there aren't any clues around here. Moving on. Ooh, cambions. Low threat, but bad news. The one on the right's got a bow, so we'll go for the one on the left first.
death is life's final surprise, and I enjoy surprising people.
Oh, top up.
A bright future awaits us.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go for the one on the left first, because the one on the right will have to waste an action switching weapons. Oh, hi there. Secret door and 2 more cambions, including a ranger. Whoop. Vex tripped up on his allies. Okay, but see, Sela can go right through everyone. It's so inconsistent.
They'll beg me to stop!
That's one down. Let's dogpile the archer. And you know what? Let's get Cam on the other guys. We'll set her on defensive mode and force them to waste an action swapping weapon sets. Lovely.
This pain is excruciating.
Yeah, that was a rough hit. Let's get you some backup. And down goes Cam. Poor gal. But I think we've got this. Ooh, or maybe not. That guy is doling out a ton of damage.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Almost. Nice. Fall back.
I'll rip you apart!
That's nice. Ooh, boy. It was a bit dangerous there towards the end, but once again, we have made it through. I bet that ranger had favored enemy humans. I really should have anticipated that. There's our first composite longbows. Though, as some folks have pointed out, we're currently better off with the cold iron javelin. Oh, I almost forgot about that secret door. Let's go check that out.
I am helpful, am I not?
Potion of Blur. That'll come in handy. And half plate. Not exactly a huge upgrade, but that does bump up Sela's flat-footed AC. Oh. Yeah, I think we can handle this.
No reason to pause.
Earth elementals are heavy hitters, but they don't really have the fancy tricks a lot of other elementals do. So this should just be a straightforward slugfest. Let's rock and roll. Nice. Solid opener. We'll use Kaz to draw fire from the other elemental. He's rocking 25 AC. Best chance of surviving. Oof. That hurt.
To stop.
Crap. Good, good. It's still going after Kaz. Halfway there.
The spirits demand your blood.
No match for me.
Oh, no. Well, Kaz is down, but we're almost there. Yeah, we've definitely got this.
I'll rip you apart!
And it is done. We are now officially stone cold killers. Let's get you guys patched. Meteor dust. I think that's like a mid or high tier crafting ingredient. And I guess that's it. Yeah, 54 experience points and meteor dust. We'll take what we can get. Really? Alright then. More cambions. With some decent space.
Together, we stand.
Let's get some clear charge paths. Nice. Oh. Knocked him right up on top of that cage, huh? That's not awkward. Ranger. Okay, let's try rushing him with a non-human this time. Standard Cambion behind him. Oh, and one more on our flank. Let's finish this guy.
You are today's sacrifice!
They'll beg me to stop!
Wendu's fine. She can just kite that guy. All right. We need to get someone on that other archer, force him to switch off that bow. Yeah, we'll focus on this direction. Ow. Actually, that wasn't too bad.
Why am I so weak?
Oh, but that was. Change of plans once more. We need to get someone over there.
Go for their hearts!
That should keep him pinned in place.
Am I at my limit?
Guys, you are killing me here. Which, I guess, is actually what they're trying to do, so yeah, well played. That said, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who is trying to kill who.
Into the fray!
What matters is who actually ends up dead. Ow. Gotta love those extended crit ranges.
I'll cut you wide open!
No match for me.
Game, set, and match. Well played. Now, we did just get our very first composite bow. But that javelin's actually been treating us pretty nicely. So we'll toss the bow in an off slot, and that way we can rotate depending on our target. Huh, okay. Wow, yeah, we can't even click on this one. I guess that's what we get for fusing that guy with the scenery. Well, in theory, we should still be prompted to pick it up on our way out, so I guess it's not a big deal. Based on what we've seen with the rest of these guys, I'm assuming it's just another Masterwork scimitar and studded leather. That's about 105 gold worth of vendor trash. Let's get our guys topped off real quick. And according to future Retcon, who is now past Retcon, yellow, blue, red, yellow. Thanks, you weirdo. Sela peers closely at the sword, which seems utterly unexceptional to you. Wait, this is... No, it can't be. Her eyes light up. I know that hilt. Radiance, the sword of the great Yaniel. That's what this is. But it's meant to be in the Tower of Estrid with all the other relics. That's what I heard, at least. Well, of course this rusted piece of metal must be the very same sword. Camellia rolls her eyes. I think you merely wish that this were the illustrious sword of legend. You don't get it. I've seen this sword 100 times, in paintings and in the hands of the Yaniel statue. I've even thought of going to the Estrid Museum to see the real thing in person. How did it get here? Yep, that's a sword all right. What's so special about it? Sela frowns. Now, nothing, I guess. But this sword was legendary in its day. People say that when Yaniel held it, the blade would glow, striking demons left and right. Soldiers would see Radiance's light from afar and take heart, rushing into the fray and winning. But I don't know what's wrong with it now, or how to restore its power. All I can sense is that they made a mockery of it. You're empathizing with an object. Extraordinary. Are all paladins so tender-hearted and sensitive? Sensitive in a way, yeah. We're highly attuned to evil, and everything wrought by demons. Radiance was in evil hands, and as a paladin, I can tell you, they did nothing good to it. So, out of the loop here, but, who is Yaniel? No, you've never heard of Yaniel? She's famous all over Golarion. She was a great woman. She was born in Mendev, and when the Crusade started, she couldn't just sit idly by. She dedicated her life to the Crusade. People say she was audacious and spirited. She was always the first into battle, and she never sacrificed other people's lives for a tactical advantage. That's how she's been remembered, as an incredible warrior who seemed to blaze with righteous fury. In all the images of her, she looks capable of driving all the demons back to the abyss single-handedly. But then, something happened between her and her commanders. Maybe they envied her, maybe there was more to it than that, I don't know. But anyway, she went into the World Wound without her fellow soldiers. And she didn't just survive the mission, she even brought back Crusaders she rescued in there. Can you imagine? She died as she lived, with pride. She was one of the people defending Dresden to the very end. That's where she perished. Seela frowns. Don't take this the wrong way, but I really hope that she died quickly. A hero's death. Because if she didn't, that means she was taken prisoner and had to endure unspeakable horrors. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Wow, you know a lot about this, Yaniel. You a fan or something? I suppose you could say that. Seela chuckles. I've always felt an affinity with Yaniel. I know what it's like to not be what your commanders want you to be. Whenever I used to feel under pressure, I always thought of Yaniel. Maybe some people didn't like how she was, but to the people she pulled out of the world wound, she was perfect. And to the people she saved on the battlefield, she was incredible. And to those who keep her memory alive, she is a hero. That's what counts. Sure, but then how did her sword end up down here? That's weird, right? Yaniel disappeared, but by some miracle, Radiance was recovered from the battle. No one else has ever wielded it. It is Yaniel's blade and always will be. That's why it was put in the Tower of Estrid with the other Crusade relics. But now it turns out that somebody stole it. Seela laughs. I have this weird feeling, like I'm rescuing a fellow warrior from a dungeon. We can't just abandon it, even if it's no use to us. It's no use to anyone down here. But what if it could be repaired? Yeah, maybe. Go ahead and grab it. We'll keep moving. The brave paladin Yaniel performed many spectacular feats with this sword, Radiance, back in the day. The people of Mendev still worship it as a relic. Though at the moment it appears to just be a standard cold iron masterwork sword. But we can still get some use out of it.
I hope you appreciate this.
Well, I think that might actually be it for the shield maze. Aside from the water elemental and this guy here. There's just one door left, and that's the one we needed Hosilla's key for. Yeah, let's head for the ritual room. You know, we've actually done better than I thought we would. I really thought that D4 damage on Vex was going to be more of a problem. Autosave. Classic sign of an impending boss battle. I'll go ahead and set a quick save too, just in case. Let's go pay Hosilla a visit. Praise Iomedae. Here you are, huddled together like a herd of animals. Pitiful monsters, not human or demon. Even tieflings are less effective than you. But I, your master Sabamelech, can make you better, stronger. I can satisfy your hunger, starvelings of the dark. Submit to me. No, we are the descendants of the Crusaders. Trusting a demon would be a betrayal of their memory. Well, who is the next descendant of Crusaders who values old legends more than their life? Beasts, monsters, and human guise, reveal your true nature. This is the sweet, wholesome flesh of a righteous Aasimar. Eat, underground Crusaders. Eat the flesh of the Crusader from above. Find your true strength. So are we just watching this happen, or... Ah, there we go. You rush at the demon, but the air seems to grow thicker with every step. You feel you're watching from underwater as you see the mongrels fall to their knees, one after another, and crawl to the Aasimar's body. You hear their fangs tearing through the flesh. You hear the sloshing of blood. You hear the former mongrels snarl like animals, fighting over the most tender and juicy bits of meat. Your companions writhe in agony. One clutches at their head, another doubles over. You feel saliva pool in your mouth. The metallic tang awakens hunger in you. The hunger turns to rage. This winged filth dares to try to bind you to its will. It dares to tempt you with the sweet scent of meat, untainted by corruption. The wretch must die. Die! And still, the clarity remains with you. Somewhere deep down, beneath the veil of rage and anger, you sense the light, trying to break through. Well, I think it's pretty safe to say about now that we may have made a slight misstep in trusting Wenduog. We may not have shown the light to Saul, but let's go ahead and balance the scales and pick the righteous option this time. Better late than never, I suppose. By sheer force of will, you master your rage, and almost in response, warmth suffuses you from within. Warmth and joy from a simple realization. You can win. You can save these people. The power of heaven bolsters and guides you. Its light breaks free, and, enveloping the mongrels, grants them the gift of blissful oblivion. Lowering your gaze, you see a scarlet stain on your chest. The wound is reopened. And instead of blood pouring forth, you see only radiant light. The demon convulses in pain when the light reaches him. What are you? Destroy this vermin! Hosilla points at you. He's already wounded. Wenduog, kill! Wenduog takes a step forward. I no longer serve you, you bitch. Not you or your flying monkey. I always fight with the strongest side. Oh, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal? Also, how do you know what a monkey is? Lan emerges from the shadows, knocking an arrow in his bow as he moves. What did I miss? A dramatic showdown? Oh, it's you. Perfect. Well. Well. This is not how I expected this to go down. Also, Hosilla, I question your decision to stand there, but I am certainly not complaining.
The light take you!
Lan, buddy, that might not be the best place for you to stand, but who am I to question your methods?
I'll rip you apart!
she screamed as she hurled a javelin straight into the nearest wall. Oh no, Lan! Who could have possibly foreseen this tragedy? Obviously no one. It was completely random and unavoidable.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
O mighty Savamalek, your faithful servant invokes you now! Demons, protect your mistress! Demons always make the worst guards. Alright then. It's so weird having Wendu fighting on our side like this. Thanks for coming, Lan. Couldn't have done it without you.
Into the fray!
They'll beg me to stop.
Was it good for you too? I'm not proud of that one.
They didn't have a choice. They were forced to do it.
Lan stares at the mongrels lying senseless on the floor.
Keep telling yourself that, Lan. There is always a choice. They could have chosen to die, but now they're going to live and become stronger. I know that from personal experience.
Shut up! You're not just a traitor, you're a monster! The young ones, they believed your stories, and you lured them to a demon and watched them eat human flesh!
Lan turns to her, his face twisted in fury. The lizard half is snarling, the eye narrowed. His words come out like a growl.
I was trying to make them strong. What have you done for them? What were you doing while I was looking for ways to bring strength to our tribe? You're useless, Lan.
I led by example! I trained. I tried to become stronger so I could go to the surface and maybe do something worthwhile with my stupidly short life. And I will do it. I might be the one to bring our whole tribe to the surface. But you? Why would you want any power that turns you into a monster? These young guys and girls, they trusted you. And they were turned into mindless animals, ready to eat corpses at a demon's command.
I went through the same ritual as them, and I didn't become an animal. I conquered my anger. The anger that has been building and building in every one of us for decades. Unlike you, I have no intention of just lying down and politely accepting death. I will rise above all this, while you'll still be stuck with your pride, chewing on rats. Who do you want at your side? The person who betrayed the demons to follow you? The person who will do everything you say and bring glory to your name? Or this trash?
Wenduag turns to you. And gosh, that is an excellent question. Gotta say, Wendu, I like you, but you are really skeeving me out right now. I really did expect her to turn on us, but at the same time, it doesn't exactly make her more trustworthy. The bleeding, deep wound on your chest is gone, like it was never there in the first place. The skin is totally smooth and unmarred.
It's gone. It was just there, and now it's gone. It's gotta be some kind of demonic trickery. You need to have a cleric look at that.
Ha! As if you know anything about demons and their powers. Some dark force cast its gaze on him and chose him from among all others. There's magic inside this Uplander that is beyond your meager understanding. And all you have to say is, go see a cleric. You're pathetic, lamb.
Lan, buddy, it is great to see you, but how'd you find us?
I just kept going until I found it. You can find a way into anywhere if you try hard enough. And besides, I also remembered some of this traitor's stories. At least some of them were true. But that doesn't matter now. We need to tell Sol everything, and then we need to get out of here.
Lan offers a vague shrug.
We? You think you're the one going to the surface with them? Isn't that sweet?
Laying it on a bit thick there, Wendu. So you've really been working for Sava Moleka Mecha Hi Mecha Heiny Ho this whole time?
Better just serve a strong master than to eke out an existence in a dark hole with no hope. I am of the Neethers. Our lives are short, but we are hardier than humans. I realized a long time ago that I was capable of more than this life offered, and I follow whomever is the strongest. You scared Zabamelech. Hosilla has fallen. Now, I wish to serve you.
Wenduog's eyes gleam.
I thought you were proud of your heritage, but you're willing to crawl on your belly before anyone who's even a little stronger than you. You say you didn't become an animal? What a joke! Only animals pledge their allegiance to whoever has the sharpest teeth. Oh, but what am I saying? Even cave spiders are loyal to their mother. You're even lower than that.
Oh, so now you think you know everything about me. You're one of the best hunters in the tribe. It benefited me to ingratiate myself with you, so I acted in a way that pleased you. And the Uplander will get the Windwag that he wants to see. I'm willing to do anything to get out of this hole. And you're willing to do anything too. Don't try to hide it. I know you, Lan. I've had time to study you.
I'm going to the surface only because my time has come to leave. The Uplanders are in danger. They need all the help they can get. But I'm only risking my own life. See the difference? I'll do whatever the Crusade asks of me, but I'll never be like you.
So why bring us to the maze at all? You could have just left us in the caves to die.
Zabamelech is always in need of new servants. You'd make as good a servant as anyone else, and then... once you've gone missing in the maze, not even the redoubtable Lan would have dared look for you.
But then why did you come with me to look for the sword?
So I could kill you quietly if you found it and stop you taking it to the village, you idiot. I would have told everyone that you got caught in a cave-in. But then the Uplanders showed up and I had to change my plans. I don't regret what I did. I met you. Just say the word and all the Neethers will be yours. I'll bring them to you if you take me with you.
Okay, you are creeping me out, but what exactly are you proposing here?
What you saw here. They will become stronger. They will be an army unlike anything ever seen before on Golarion. Our lives may be short, but while we live, we are faster, deadlier, and harder to kill than most. I am offering you an army. An army that will win you land, power, and everything you desire.
Cool, cool. So like the priest murdering and cannibalism. I gotta say, that might be a bit much, even for chaotic neutral.
An army of cannibals? Are you insane? You want to turn them from rational beings into rabid beasts that only want to kill. They will be slaves, and you will be their slave driver. Is that the kind of power you're so desperate to gain?
I went through the same process they did. The beast raged inside me, my mind was foggy, but I have an iron will, and I never back down. I snatched victory from the jaws of insanity. If there are any individuals worthy of becoming my officers among those Neithers, they will be able to do the same.
Okay, hold up. You mentioned that you've gone through the same thing. So, have you eaten people?
Yes. Hosilla found me in the caves. I was lost and hungry, and she offered me a choice. Die as a nobody, or live and gain the power to change everything. Savamelek tore off a piece of an Aasimar priestess's thigh. A big, juicy piece. More meat than I'd ever received in the tribe. That was the first time I knew what it was like to be happy. To have a full belly. I swore to myself that it would always be that way.
Wendwag holds your gaze.
Then the madness and rage took over. I came very close to turning into an animal, no better than the weaklings you saw in the maze. But I am strong. I mastered myself. I brought myself under control. I fell so that I could rise again.
You should have chosen death. Dying's better than living like that.
Lan looks at her in disgust.
You're saying I should have died that day, Lan. But then who would have listened to your feeble jokes? Who would have showed you the best caves for hunting? Who would have made you a man?
Classy. A predatory gleam appears in Wendwag's eyes.
I would have been fine without all that. And without you. Your death will make the world a slightly better place, Wendwag.
Look, isn't our land sweet? Look how his eyes blaze as he speaks of murder. And we were so close, too. Tell me, what do you think he'll do to you if you fail to live up to his precious ideals?
Wendwag's words drip with venom. Well, I mean, considering I literally know what you will do if I don't live up to yours, I feel like that might not have been the best argument you could have made. Alright, what exactly did you do for Hosilla, aside from the murdering and the eating?
It was simple. I lured those I deemed worthy into the maze. To the rest, I told stories of the horrors of the maze, making them stay away. It all hung in the balance when the cave walls shuttered, and many of the young ones decided that the time of their great exodus had come. I had no doubt that Hosilla would dispatch a dozen young Neithers easily. But what would become of the maze if all the tribes poured in? So when Lan ran off looking for the Angel's sword, I went after him. Not to help him, but to make sure that the sword never reached Neithholm. It's a pity that you got involved and stopped me from killing him. But then again, the evening gong has not yet been struck.
You sicken me.
Okay, I think I've heard just about enough.
Then you know which one of us you need. Take me with you, and I will give you an army of Neithers.
Don't fall for her empty words. Wendwog despises everyone but herself. As soon as you show any weakness, she'll betray you, just like she betrayed us.
That is the reasoning of a weak person. A strong person does not fear, they act.
Cool, cool. Does this bring up something new, or have we already seen this?
You can ask me anything you want.
Okay, we have seen these.
Then you know which one of us you need. Take me with you, and I will give you an army of Neithers.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Plan, counter-proposal?
Up there on the surface, the Crusades are still going on, right? Since I'm a mongrel, that means I've got Crusader blood in my veins. You could say it's my destiny, even. Anyway, I'm ready to do my duty. And all of you Crusaders get rations, right? With vegetables? Well, I'll be killing demons and be well fed for doing it? That's not life. That's a dream come true.
Lan rubs his forehead, right in the spot where the skin and scales meet, and catches his breath.
I'm sorry you trusted Wendwog instead of me, and that you didn't show the light of heaven to Sol. But she can be very persuasive. She honed her skills on all of us in the tribe. I'm asking you, believe me when I say that I won't let you down. I have nothing to lose down here apart from my chief's distrust and my friendship with the giant roaches. I'll do whatever the crusade needs. The angel deemed you worthy of his power, not just his sword, to light the path in the darkness. So I can trust you too. Seems fair to me.
Are you really that desperate to go to the surface, Lan? Why didn't you run away before? You know why. The Uplanders will never accept us. Don't pretend you're going for food rations. Then why? For death? For glory? If it's death you seek, you're sure to find it.
Maybe I'll be able to find something on the surface that you can't get down here. Like a way to help the mongrels. A way to stop our tribes from having to follow scum like you.
Lan calmly stares Wendwog down, his fists clenching. Wendwog, I think we're just about done here. Final thoughts?
You think I'm just a freak from the catacombs, but Neithers are faster, stronger, and tougher than you Uplanders. Take me with you, and I'll build you an army of Neithers. I'll lure them out of this hole, we'll round them all up, every last tribe, and perform the ritual. And then you will be a power to be reckoned with on the surface. Many of the Neithers will be no better than the mindless beasts we encountered in the dungeons. But there will also be those who can overcome the fog and be like me. I will lead them into battle, and you will command us all.
Her cat-like gaze is locked onto you, her pupils blown wide.
You trusted me from the beginning and hid the angel's light from that idiot Sol. Keep listening to me, and a glorious future awaits us. Just don't become too reliant on heaven's light. Remember what happened to the angel who wielded it before you.
Wendwog smirks. And with that veiled death threat, I think I have made my decision. Gotta say, Wendu, I really appreciate you making this easy for me.
I hope we're not taking this girl with us. She'll sell us to the first demon she sees.
If we're befriending monsters in order to fight the demons, why not join forces with the strongest of them? Isn't that the rational choice? They're both equally hideous. Neither of them will improve the aesthetics of our little band.
Careful there, Cam. I'm still undecided about you. That said, I don't think there's much choice here. We're going for the trickster path, and there's just not a lot that's funny about corrupting an entire innocent bystander race with murder and cannibalism. I mean, we are going to end up killing people, a lot of people. But generally speaking, it's going to be people who probably deserve it, like cultists and demons. While I do like Wendu, and I think we will get more chances to pick her up in the future, I think we've got to go with Lan on this one. But given that Wendu did betray her former boss for us, we'll let her live. I think that's fair.
Go, Lan. The surface is the best place for you. I'll be gaining true power while you wander as an outcast. You will come to regret this decision. But by then it will be too late. Lan will never give you what I can.
Your gifts are of no use to anyone, Wendwog. We can't let her go. Not after what she's done.
Lan watches you solemnly, his human hand holding the beads at his belt in a white-knuckled grip. Easy there, Lan. I picked you because you're slightly less murdery than she is. Don't go and spoil that already. That aside, I think I've pretty much settled on letting her go anyway. I'm hoping we can pick her up again later. But, my general rationalization here is that while we do worship Callistria, Wendu never finished betraying us. She went into it intending to, but then she balked at it because we were so awesome, and I do appreciate that. So, Wendu, you get one free pass. Get out of here, you crazy spider cat.
Do you think I like looking at you, Uplander? I'll just wait till you're asleep, and then I'll slit your throat. No matter where you are.
Cool. She's taking this well. Wendu leaps back with surprising speed.
She's gone. But next time, she won't get away. Damn it, Wendu. Why'd you have to go and... Anyway, there's no point crying over spilt milk. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll bring the chief and the rest. I need to clear my head.
Alright, folks. We're running a bit long here, but I feel like this is a good break point. We're pretty much done with the shield maze, aside from some follow-up dialogue, a little more looting, and of course we want to make another run at that water elemental before we actually leave. So I'll tell you what, let's hit the pause button now. I'm going to go back a little and make sure I yoink most of that gear off Wendu before she runs off on us. And we will pick up here next time, as we have a chat with Chief Sull, wrap things up in the shield maze, and proceed to the final part of the prologue. Canabras awaits. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon. Links are in the description.
There is always a choice.